what a fantastic result that
Steve, many congratulations. I understand we are definitely in the playoffs. It's been quite a journey, hasn't it? And I mean, if I can just say, you know, isn't it interesting we're playing CARSHALTON? And I will remind you of the fact that you were really down when we had the opposite fixture at Colston Avenue.
Well, I said to the boys before the game, that was almost the end of me. Didn't know where to turn, didn't know how to do it, because I didn't want these players to not succeed. And I mentioned it before the game, and they knew it as well. And the support I've had from them, from the staff, from my family, from, again, majority of supporters, the board, it turned it around. And so I'll never give up on anything, and just have that vote of confidence. You need it sometimes. You can't. You're always in the firing line, and sometimes you need a little bit of support yourself. And I've had it in abundance, and we've turned it around as a staff, bringing players in. But the players have got to take full credit for what they've done. You know, they were. I think we were 10th or 11th after that game. Yeah. We was about 10 or 11 points away. Maybe not as many as them, but we was quite a bit off. These were above us, and now look where we are. And at the end there, I celebrated. We've got a lot of work to do to achieve what we want to do, but I celebrated there because for the fans that were with me and for the ones that were against me, and basically, if you like, stick two things up there. And it is a minority should I say, but for the ones that have been with me all the way through, that's a big thank you to them, you know, because I can't do it without the players, without the supporters, and without the support of the board. So from where I was in December to where I am now, I'm over the moon, and I'm so pleased for them group of players that have achieved what we set out to do, which was the playoffs, minimum. Everyone wants to win the league, but it was minimum playoffs. Now I can stand here and say that, I've never said it before. They achieved what we've set out to do. Now it's a matter of getting our heads down, trying to finish even higher if we can, there's an opportunity. But if not, going to them playoffs, giving our best. And if we can do that, who knows what will happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting game today. I guess again, in the old classic thing, it was not a classic. It was a tense game, it was a tight game. But there seems to be running through our team at the moment, and we saw it at Worthing as well, incredible team spirit. I mean, just look at the pictures, and today, when they scored that goal, that's real. I know all players celebrate, but there seems to be a real team spirit running through that group of players.
Well, it wasn't just me that went through it at that period when we were losing. The players went through it. The players felt it, you know. I've been a player. When you lose a game and your mates are on you, oh, you lost again, and you try and explain it, and in the end you have to give up because you can't explain it, you've just lost. And they went through a hell of a lot then. And for them to come back and stand up and be counted and get themselves together and produce what they've produced from now until, obviously, like, from then till now, it's testament to them. I always say we put them over the white line, but they've got to go and produce. And today, it looked like they came here for a point. You know, they've been unbelievable. He's done a tremendous job, Peter. But today I was expecting a bit more of a cut and thrust at us. And it seemed, especially in the first half, they were sitting there and we were giving sloppy balls away, you know, rather than just being confident. And Barry got into the players at half time and said, you say we play long ball, there's a chance now to be a footballer. Go and be a footballer. In the second half, I thought we used the ball a lot better. The set piece, didn't get many good deliveries, but that one was on the money. Great header from Sonny, and Stoney stretched his neck to put it in. And that's what it's all about. And then we just sort of nullified it towards the end. But just pleased, Jim, over the line now. The club here now are in the playoffs, and that's what we set out to do. And like I say, in the fifth year I've been here, we've had 2 playoffs, or this is the second playoff. We've missed out by a point, and we've had 2 seasons really to forget, or 1.5. So, like I say, it's just over the moon, mate. I'm so pleased for everybody connected with the club, and especially my players, because they've worked ever so hard in training and games, like every team. But from where we were to where we are now, tremendous effort.
It's been a brilliant run, really, since New Year. I think two defeats, is it? Merstham and Dorking and Leatherhead. 3 defeats. You brought in a couple of players, didn't you, around about that time when things were really low. You brought in Deshaun, you brought in Chinadu. And they've made a big difference, haven't they? Those two players are not. I mean, it's a team collective, obviously, but they were good acquisitions, weren't they? At that point,
we try and get players that want to come and play for this football club. They're not going to come here for the money, because they're not going to get the money. So they come here to play for the football club, play for me, be part of what we want to do. And both conversations I had with the players, they had other teams interested, but they wanted to come because they knew what we were trying to achieve. You missed out Craig Stone in that one as well. I sent him out on loan. People thought, what am I doing? He had to go and get some games because he's been out. And he's come back, and I think he's had 2 tremendous performances. It's unfortunate for Tom Beard that he got injured at that time, but Stoney's come in and the 2 performances he's put in have been top draw, and he's topped off with a goal today. So
I know we're not allowed to bet on football, it's against the law, but who would have put money on Stoney coming up for the winner today? I mean, it's one of those.
Maybe, but it's one of those, Jim. It's a relief, I'd say, to get over that line, because I know, I can guarantee what would have been coming my way if we hadn't made the playoffs. And I've got broad shoulders, I can take that. As every manager would say, but we've done it now. We've got to then kick on to get promotion. So it's not finished because we got the playoffs. We've got to do better than we've done last time in the playoffs. Simple as that. We've still got another league game to play to try and get ourselves higher, depending on other results. But we will work as hard as we can from now until the last ball kicked of our season to try and achieve our goal, which is promotion. And if we do it, fantastic. It's not by chance, it's not by luck. We're going to do it through hard work and determination if we can. But one thing's for sure, them players like today will never give up on anything. Whether we're winning or losing, they'll keep working all the way to the end. And I'll go back to it, mate. They've been immense from 1 to 16.
It's almost a shame. It's almost a shame, isn't it, that we had the supporters player of the year. Sometimes someone has to win it, and someone has to be runner-up. But I tell you what, there's 16 players out there who ought to win it.
Well, they've done fantastic, and I can't speak highly of them. We had a great start, had a dip, but since Christmas, when they've knuckled down and everything's against them, they've stuck 2 fingers up to a lot of people, and I'm so proud of them to do that.
And we shouldn't forget that CARSHALTON have come, they've been on a huge run as well. 1 defeat in, 9 or 10 games, tremendous. So we've beaten a good side here.
They're a great side, they pass the ball well, they're organised, they're very good at home, but even their away form now has been picking up, since they've been on their run. So they were no mugs today, but like I say, I was expecting a little bit more forceful play from them. Maybe they didn't want to show all their cards in once in case we play them in the playoffs. But we've got one way of playing. Well, we've got other ways of playing, but we play one way. We've got players to fill in for other people. We needed the points today, and we weren't going to hold back. And if we didn't get it, we'd have gone next week to try and get the point. So, just, like I say, extremely proud of the club to be in the position we're in.
And it does make that point that we got at Worthing, even though we conceded after we went into the league, it was slightly disappointing. As you said at the time, that point, now that looks even more important.
Well, it's a massive point, because if we hadn't have won that, we've still got to get something from next week. Whereas now we haven't, because we're in the playoffs. Go back to Enfield, go back to Lewis. Lewis, Johnny made a great save from the penalty. So that's a massive point, because that's a game we could have lost. Even though we had a few chances to start with. Enfield, first half should have been out of sight on Enfield's part. Second half we come into it and we should have been out of sight. And that's the way football goes. So sometimes when you do get a point, it's disappointing at that time, but you look back over it and think, okay, that's a decent point. So them 3 points we're talking about has given us that little bit of leeway on other teams to cement our playoff place.
Definitely. Well, Steve,
not that I set out to do it like that.
No, of course. Thanks very much for talking to us. Congratulations, and I think you need to go and get yourself a beer.
Definitely. Cheers, Jim. Thanks, mate. Top man. Thank you.
So 45 games of the season gone, or we've got into the playoffs. It's an amazing feeling, isn't it?
Words can't describe the feeling. It's been a long season, considering we went through a little sticky phase over the November, December period, and we was thinking, it's going to be out of our grasp, but just through sheer belief, the gaffer believing in us, us believing in ourselves as well, that we can do it. We know we're good enough to do it. We knew we had enough in the dressing room to do it, and we finally done it. So it's just unreal feeling, absolutely buzzing.
And when that full-time whistle went, I think you were in the dugout there.
I literally just jumped out. Jumped out in joy. I didn't even know what the other results were, but I just said, even so, that puts us in a great position, and I mean, we can even possibly push for second and get that home draw. for the playoffs. So
Yeah, that'd be nice. About today's game, I mean, they made you work very hard for it, but there was an awful lot of effort from all of you today.
To be fair, you know what it was? I think we felt, when we come in at half time, we felt that we probably maybe let ourselves down a bit, even though we felt we played well at times, but we didn't. We felt that they was there for the taking a bit more. It's like the way we was playing, it seemed, and the way they was playing, it seemed like maybe they was coming for a draw. And they were there for the taking. We had the chances. I don't really think they had much of a sniff in the first half, even the second half. And we just thought we kind of let ourselves, and we said we don't go gung ho. We had another little huddle just at the beginning of the second half, and we just said we don't go gung ho, and then we lose our shape, and then we concede, and then we lose the game. Whatever we do not lose this game. And we said we just run that extra yard for each other. We just push, and then the goal will come. And it did, thanks to Stoney. But
unlikely scorer.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought he was magnificent today, to be fair to him. And Sonny as well, a great header back across the box to him. I thought that both of them were immense. They're talking everything, the amount of grass they covered today as well, and everything. It just buzzing to be there, man.
And I also think, add to that the point we got at Worthing as well. Which
I think that was a vital point. And we did say, and the gaffer did speak to us over the weekend and say, do not underestimate how important that point was at Worthing. Yeah, we felt that we could have won and we could have taken up the better of our chances and could have won the game, and we're disappointed that we didn't come out with a win, but we don't take away how important that draw was, and it's proved very important today. And we said before the game, don't let that important and good performance away at Worthing go to waste today. And yeah, it didn't. And I'm just absolutely buzzing, man. Just buzzing to be here. And hopefully this year we can really put it right, man, and just really push through.
And as one of the survivors from the last playoff campaign, do you feel there's a bit of unfinished business there?
Definitely unfinished business. I think we was a bit unfortunate last time as well, and with the amount of injuries that we had as well that kicked in. We couldn't play a full strength side, and it was a bit unfortunate for us. That I think that whole season we was a bit inconsistent with our sides because of the little niggles and injuries that we was getting here and there, and we still made it. But hopefully this year, barring Parky, we've got near enough a full strength squad. Obviously Biro coming back to full fitness now, so yeah, I think we're in for a good chance. And we think, and we were saying in the change room, that we'll take any team over one game, because we know we're organised enough, we're good enough to beat someone on our day. So we're just really up for it, and we're going to stay focused and just go into it with our heads held high and just do ourselves, do the staff, do the club proud. That's all we can do.
And if we do have to play anybody away from home, I don't think that matters either. We're terrific away from home, aren't we?
Exactly, I think is our away record better than home?
Yes.
that's what it
Quite a bit.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. So I mean, again, whether it's home or away, we would love to play at home in front of the fans, and give them something to cheer for. But I mean, going away is not a downfall. It's not a bad thing, because we know that we're strong away from home as well. Yeah.
All right. Well, can't wait for the playoffs.
Fantastic.
Enjoy the night.
Cheers, man. Cheers.